Something just happened to this video while I was writing it. I had 27 reviews aggregated. The Nerds verdict score was 85 out of 100. I was about to call this one of the cleanest verdicts I've covered. Then Android Police published their review this morning. They scored the Galaxy Buds 4 Pro a 75. The consensus dropped overnight. So we're going to talk about that because it is exactly what Sounds Nerdy exists to catch. New reviews landed and immediately moved the score, and the consensus evolution chart doing its job in real time. And the story behind why Android Police scored these so much lower than everyone else is worth understanding before you spend $249. So let's get into it. But before we dive deep into all this information, if you're new to this channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest review scores, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button. Let's jump into it. Here's what you're getting for $249. Dual driver setup, that is the hardware upgrade over the last generation. Bluetooth 6.1, IP57 water resistance, great, so now I can use this in the shower. Sorry for giving you that visual. 7 hours from the Buds and 30 hours with the case. Active noise canceling, head gestures for call control, nod yes, shake no to answer the calls without touching anything. Live interpreter for real-time language translation in your ear. Solid flagship spec sheet. The question is always what you actually get access to. Before we get into the scores, I want to put the ecosystem thing on the table directly because it is the reason this verdict is polarizing, and it's the reason Android Police scored these a 75 this morning. Almost every single one of the 28 reviewers said the same version of the same thing. Stuff called them clear sounding earbuds that make a strong case for owning a Samsung smartphone. Saves its best features for Samsung hardware. Sound Guy said they offer Samsung phone owners a taste of the high end. Android Police, the reviewer who just dropped the score, pointed out that the Wear app, the full feature set, the ecosystem integration, exclusive to Samsung phones. Here's the simple version. If you have a Samsung Galaxy phone, you get the full product. If you have anything else, you're paying $249 for maybe 75 to 85% of what these can do. That is not a knock, it is just the truth. Keep it in your head as we go. With that context set, here is what had reviewers fired up. First, the sound quality. Tom's Guy said these sound just as good as the AirPods Pro 3, the Sony WF-1000 XM6, and the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds. Tech Radar called the driver upgrade so significant that these now stack up against audiophile design premium options. Recording Now, which focuses specifically on audio gear, called them the best in class for comfort and mic quality. When the audio publications are using words like audiophile, that carries weight. Second, comfort. This comes up in review after review. How To Geek said these are easy to wear for most tasks and as long as you want. Android Headline said these became their favorite pair of earbuds, specifically because of the comfort. The wingtip design from the Buds 3 Pro carried over and reviewers consistently praised it. Third, noise cancellation. Mark Ellis highlighted the adaptive ANC 2.0. It uses real-time processing to adjust based on your ear shape and environment, rather than relying on pre-trained algorithms. Expert reviews called the ANC uncannily efficient. The Indian Express called it the best ANC they have tested in the wireless earbud space. And fourth, the Samsung integration for Galaxy users. Absolute Geeks gave these a 94 and specifically called out the deep Galaxy ecosystem integration, making them feel smarter and more capable than previous models. Gadgets 360 called them a balanced upgrade in the premium true wireless earbuds category. Android Central said after using them, they were nodding their head to the music, which for Galaxy Buds is literally how you answer calls now. Here's the honest side. The 75 of Android Police this morning, their take. The controls are too small, which caused issues in daily use. They also flagged the ecosystem first approach, limits the experience for non-Samsung users. This is worth taking seriously because Android Police is a publication that lives in the Android ecosystem. They're not an iPhone reviewer complaining about the Android earbuds do not work with iPhones. They tested these on Android users and non-Samsung devices and came away with a 75. ZDNet called these an incremental upgrade, fine for Buds 3 Pro owners who are unhappy, but not a reason to jump from another brand. Gizmodo said they lacked a wow factor, and What Hi-Fi, which focuses primarily on audio quality, said these are not quite as refined or expressive as the Sony WF-1000 XM6. The pattern. The reviewers who scored lower were either using non-Samsung Android devices or comparing strictly on audio quality against competitors like Sony and Bose. Both are legitimate critiques. This is the section that is unique to this video. The Nerd Verdict was 85.3 yesterday. It is 84.9 today. One review moved it almost a half point. Here's the data set as it stands. Absolute Geeks gave these a 94, the highest score in the data set. Absolute Geeks is a publication that covers Samsung ecosystem products extensively. They tested these with the Galaxy phone, every feature worked, and they came away thoroughly impressed. Android Police gave them a 75, the lowest score in the data set. Android Police tested these primarily in a non-Samsung Android context. The ecosystem features they could not access, the controls gave them trouble. And their final take was that the ecosystem walls are a real limitation for the broader Android market. Both scores are accurate descriptions of real experiences. This is the whole point. A 19-point gap between the highest and the lowest reviewer is not confusion. It is two genuinely different products depending on what is in your pocket. The consensus evolution chart shows you exactly when this happened. The score was holding steady at mid to high 85 range for weeks. This morning, Android Police published and you can see the line move. This is what 28 reviews look like in real time. And this is why you do not want to make a $249 decision based on the first review you read. Let me be direct because this is the part that actually matters. If you have a Samsung phone, S Series, Z Fold, Z Flip, and you're looking for the best earbuds at $249, these are still the strongest option. 28 out of 28 reviewers recommended them. Android Central, Trusted Reviews, CNET, Gadgets 360, Absolute Geeks, they all point to the same conclusion. If you are in the Samsung ecosystem, if you have an iPhone, go get the AirPods Pro 3. They carry an 86 on our Nerd Verdict, same price range, and the iOS integration does exactly what Galaxy integration does for Samsung users. Do not pay for a walled garden if you are not inside it. If you are a non-Samsung Android user, the Sony WF-1000 XM6 is your best call. Platform neutral, class leading sound, no ecosystem walls, and the Android Police review we talked about today is specifically the voice of your experience with these buds. If you already own the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro and the Galaxy phone, ZDNet was right that this is an incremental upgrade. The sound is better, the ANC is better, the design is more refined. Whether it's worth $249 depends on how unhappy you are with what you have. The Nerd Verdict is 84.9 out of 100. 28 reviewers updated today. Polarizing verdict, 19-point spread from 75 to 94, and 28 out of 28 reviewers still recommended them even with that spread. The last part is genuinely remarkable. Here's the one-line version. Samsung make the best earbuds on the market for Samsung users. The debate is about everything else. Full breakdown with all 28 review scores and the live consensus chart showing today's update is at soundsnerdy.com. The link is in the description. And if you want every flagship this month ranked by 50 plus reviewers in one free PDF, that is the monthly Nerd Verdict report, also in the description, also free. Drop down in the comment section, what phone do you have? Because the answer to that, whether you should buy these, literally changes based on your answer. Subscribe if this is the kind of breakdown is useful for you. Nerd Verdicts every Tuesday and Friday, guys. And until the next video, stay nerdy.